It's the NFL on EA Sports, where division rivals will clash in the NFC West. It's the Seattle Seahawks and the Los Angeles Rams, and it comes your way next.
From the West Coast, we're coming to you live from the NFL's newest and the world's most expensive stadium, state-of-the-art SoFi here in Inglewood, California. Thanks for joining us, everyone. With my partner, Brock Heward, I'm Kate Scott. And like so many matchups in the NFL, Brock, our focus goes right to the quarterbacks in this one. Both of these guys, players who've been around the league now for some time, they've definitely established themselves as veterans who know how to win football games.
Yeah, I think the word of the day, Kate, is definitely experience. Two guys who've been through the season several times over, have seen a lot at this point in their career, and been through quite a bit on the field. All that experience is stored up there right between the ears. And the one who is more skilled at leveraging that experience, more than likely is going to come away with the win.
The ball is teed up. Kicking team looks ready. And here we go from LA. Here's Steven Sims with the return. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25 after the return. So out come the Seahawks for their first offensive possession. And we'll get a look at their signal caller playing in his 7th season.
If we had asked Sam Darnold, coming out of USC as the 3rd overall pick in the draft, to write the story of his career, I don't think he would have written some of these chapters. But in the end, it makes you tougher. It makes you grittier. And playing quarterback in the NFL is a lot about that. Your ability to just withstand adversity and to continue to get up time after time after time. And Sam Darnold has shown that kind of perseverance.
It's a great pickup, 16 yards, and now they've got first down.
If they get a handful of these types of plays per game, the pass game coordinator is going to be one happy camper.
1st and 10 from the 41. Kenneth Walker gets it for the first time. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
Offense to the line for 2nd down. Off the play fake, he'll throw. Couldn't connect right side, it's incomplete.
That is normally a gimme for this offense, these short throws. But the defense, well, they had just enough influence on that play to force the incompletion.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down. Darnold. Complete beyond the marker. And he's taken down directly on that 43-yard line. That's 16 on the pickup. And it sets up Seattle with first down.
You know what I like about that, Kate? I like that they're not coming out slow. They're willing to go with some looks here that will yield big yardage down the field instead of just settling for dinking and dunking the ball.
Let's see how they attack this first down, Brock, from the 43. They'll give up the gut to Walker. And he gets him around 6 there. Tackle made by Cameron Curl. Give him around 6. That's going to make it 2nd and 4.
Kate, I know you can see that smile on my face as we stand next to each other. Sure, I love that run. But I'm thinking about some great running backs. In fact, Corey Dillon, who created a lot of negative grades on my play sheet because I didn't want to carry out no fake. I wanted to watch the damage he could do like we just saw.
Breaks through, and he might break away. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
Kate, this is why coaches across all levels of football harp on the importance of good, fundamental tackling, not just to hear themselves talk. It's to make sure that when one of their guys has a chance to bring down a running back, they're able to do it and keep those plays from going any further.
They'll empty the backfield and motion him right. And he can't hang on to it in the end zone. Not an interception, only an incompletion. So they get it back. 2nd down coming up.
Oh, that was such an opportunity lost. They were looking for a way out without giving up any points on the series. And instead, Well, he just couldn't quite hang on.
Running back sent in motion. 2nd and 10 now. He gets it complete to Kenneth Walker. Pickup of a few as he heads out of bounds.
That's a defense's goal, right, Kate? Just get us to 3rd down so we can have a chance to get off the field. And that was a good adjustment on that stop in particular, when the back ended up being the target, and they were able to keep him short of the sticks.
Throwing on 3rd and long. It's a Seattle touchdown. Well, you couldn't ask for a better start to a game than that. The offense taking it all the way down the field and finishing with 6.
These opening drives, Kate, are such tone setters. It is why every offense loves to script their first 15 plays, right? Everybody knows what's coming. Allows you during the practice week to get into rhythm, but even better when you're that sharp, that crisp, and you finish off and get the early lead.
Now it's Jason Myers on for the extra point. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Seahawks will jump out to a 7-0 lead. Here's Myers now to handle the kickoff. Returning it from the 4. This return makes it up to the 25. So here come the Rams on offense, ready for their opening drive. And leading them out, one of the game's all-time leading passers, the top pick back in 2009. Still going strong, it's Matthew Stafford.
Stafford just continues to fight off injuries, and he continues to battle Father Time. And it is remarkable. There's a lot of quarterbacks as we see him age. We see the arm fall apart. We see the wear in the tear and the velocity disappear. You're just not seeing that with Stafford. You can question how long the journey may continue, but you cannot question how productive he is when he's on that field. That is a textbook first down completion. Sets up 2nd and very manageable and creates space to take that shot downfield.
After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. They fake the handoff, now Stafford. That won't be caught outright, it's incomplete.
Hey, I know nobody's perfect, and all you have to do is listen to me and how many words I screw up. But you certainly expect those throws of that length to be 100%. They've got to be borderline automatic in this offense.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. They go with Williams on the counter. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away.
You know, I'm not sure what else could have been done there, Kate. Just the right call defensively to come up with a 3rd and short stop.
Rams going to punt on 4th down, and they're calling Ethan Evans to the field. He fields this at the 18. And he gets his guys a few yards before they bring him down on the return. It's a 61-yard punt that time. And it'll be Seahawks football. Offense ready to begin this drive, 1st and 10. First play of the drive. Here's Walker. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain. The rookie from Miami, they're on the stop.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid gain, but it's also a run that you know and you may come back to, because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of a defense.
Now he'll throw off the play fake. Walker hauls it in. And he's up to the 35-yard line as they reel him in. He gets 6 on that play, and the Seahawks will have a 1st down.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about third down at all.
Walker on first down. We're working a couple of yards past the line. Tackle made by Cameron Curl. Only 2 yards, and it brings up 2nd and 8.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
From the 37. Throwing the out route complete. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And it sets up Seattle with first down.
I'm sure coach and play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
1st and 10, ball set up at the 48. Now Darnold. We've got a screen to the running back. And he's going to be drugged down, looks like at that 37-yard line. Give him 15 yards on the pickup there. And the Seahawks will have a first down.
To this day, I can still see the faces of the big guys in the huddle. When you call a screen like that, instead of them just getting knocked backwards, they get to be salesmen. They get to push those linemen downfield and then tee off and go hit somebody like they did right there.
Markers reset, ball at the 37. Now an inside give to Walker. And they've got him down near the red zone at the 22. That play gains 15, and it moves the sticks.
He easily had the yardage for a first, but he was hungry for a lot more. I think that tackle prevented something that was going to be a lot bigger than just a first down pickup.
Up to the line, and they're set. 1st and 10. Staying with Walker. And he may have just reached the edge of the red zone before going down. He gets a couple on first, and they'll come up 2nd and 8.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
This is Walker on 2nd. And he'll make his way down to the 16-yard line. He got 5, and now it's going to be 3rd down and 3.
That run's not going to turn many heads, but at the end of the year, I promise you, if you average over 5 yards a run, you can be a Pro Bowler.
All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. They're going play action. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle! The Seahawks pull out in front further, 13-zip. Well, they definitely wanted to get that one out quick, Brock. They did just that, and it ends in 6.
We hear it all the time, but it is so true, Kate. This is a game about matchups, and when you see a throw that quick, it really was determined pre-snap. It was great design and tremendous execution.
Myers to add the PAT. The point after splits the uprights. And the Seahawks drive out to an early 14-0 lead. Here's Myers now to handle the kickoff. Fielded at the 7. He stopped on the return at the 27. So the LA offense getting out there for their second drive. And they haven't gotten very far into their opening script yet, have they? Just a 3 and out to begin this game. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Off the play fake, it's Stafford. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
Sometimes I wish everybody could feel what that feels like. When you're a QB and you just feel the air in the pocket getting sucked out and you know there's no escape, it can be just one heck of a deflating feeling. Not for that defense who puts a sack on the board.
Back to the line they go. It's second down. From the gun, a carry by Williams. And he at least gets him some positive yardage, but just a small gain to the 24. A quarter down, 3 more to go for these NFC West opponents. It's a 2-score game early. We'll return to Inglewood in just a moment. Time for the second quarter of play. It's Rams football. They're stuck behind the sticks on 3rd and long. Stafford from the gun. Able to find Nakua here. Keeps it moving. And he does quite a bit of damage before they finally take him down.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
So a massive gain, and all of a sudden, we've got 1st and 10 inside the red zone. That one complete to Higbee. And this one does not go far.
Sometimes when you're just looking to move it forward, get some small yards on a throw, quarterback's best friend, security blanket. And when it's a big old tight end, that's an extra bonus.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Working from the gun, here's Stafford. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down.
Hey, Kate, you know this from covering the Seahawks, calling their preseason game. When Pete Carroll was there, if he said it once, he said it 100 times. Stay on top, stay on top, stay on top. You'll give up a short little out route like that, but just stay on top of the deep threat.
3rd and 4 coming up now. Now Stafford again. And no one had a shot at that. It's out of the back of the end zone, incomplete.
Just something off in the rhythm of their passing game on that one. Time to recalibrate and keep throwing it to get back into rhythm.
On comes Joshua Carty and the Rams field goal unit to try it on 4th down. A very short kick here from the right hash. Sly's kick is up and good. And that'll get him back to 11.
In that close, kicks have to be automatic. That won't stop the head coach, though, from holding his breath for a couple seconds until he sees it's up and good.
The Rams kicking team is ready, and they're going to send this one away. This one's fielded at the 40-yard line. He stopped on the return at the 27. The Seahawks are headed out, and we'll see Kenneth Walker. And that lead they've got, Brock, they are never going to have to worry about losing it if they keep scoring every time they touch this football.
Is that how it works?
It surprisingly is. You know, if you have the lead and you don't lose it, you win.
And that type of start, well, you wanted all 17 games of a season, but you're lucky to get it more than once.
And he'll get it up near the 38-yard line before going down. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the first down.
To play running back in this league, well, you've got to have tremendous vision. We saw it twice. Once to find the lane upfield, and then to get to space and break off some extra yards.
Going to the ground again on first. They'll drive it forward, but won't get beyond the line. Tackled on the play by Puna Ford. Call it no gain on that run, and they face 2nd and 10.
I know these DNs love to get to the quarterback. I know that sacks many times equals a bigger payday, but doing the dirty work, playing the run well, that's what the best of the ends do in this league.
Throwing here, Darnold. Connects with Fant. And he has it up towards midfield before he's taken down at the 47.
That can be a hopeless feeling when you fire a curl route right into zone coverage perfectly like that. Unless that curl happens to be right next to where one of your guys is sitting, that pass can hum in there and there's nothing this defense can do.
On third down, Walker. And he takes it just inside the 40, down to the 39. He picks up 15 on the play. And it sets up Seattle with first down.
Win the early battle. Get a little leverage. Low man wins off the line, and that's all that was needed to ensure that first down right there.
First down now, ball at the 39-yard line. Running with Walker again. And he gets it forward to still about a yard out of that. Tackle made by Cameron Curl. Just a gain of 1, and that brings up 2nd and 9.
You know, Kate, I like to call these body blows. Body blows. You got to be committed to running the football. Even if it doesn't move the chains, I guarantee you that wear and tear will pay dividends later.
They go with Walker here. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
Offensive coordinators tell us all the time, big runs only happen with coordinated efforts. Great blocking to spring them. Guys hitting blocks downfield, and a back who can show off his wheels.
Offense set for a 1st and 10. Hand off to Walker from the gun. And he gets a few on the plunge forward.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get first downs against the better defenses in this league.
2nd down now, 7 to go. From the 23. That's complete to Valdez-Scantling. And he gets this forward to the 19.
Textbook hitch route. Just hit him in the short field and deliver it once that defense turns their attention elsewhere. Kate, this is a low-ceiling play, but a reliable source of yardage.
All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. To the ground with Walker. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
Jason Myers out there now to try a field goal for the Seahawks on 4th down. He's looking 34 yards here down the middle. Myers' kick is good. And that extends their lead to 14.
That's the type of long, sustained drive that takes some of the starch out of your opponent. The only negative is that the kicking team was out there for a field goal and not an extra point. But they do come away with 3.
Here's Myers now to handle the kickoff. Has this at the 6. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. So following the return, looks like somebody's shaken up. Trainers out to determine how severe this may be. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. They go play action here. He's got the hook up to Atwell. And the defense gets there to force a small loss. We're at the 2-minute warning now from SoFi. The Rams, with a lot of work to do to get into scoring range. Here's 2nd and 11. And the cover just too good there. Didn't find a throw that he was confident in, so just throws it away. 3rd down coming up. Up the gut they go with Williams. And they'll bring him down after a pretty short gain. The defense calls a timeout, so that's their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. The Rams are set to punt. And this is the second time he's been brought on to kick it. His first effort went 47 yards. Brock looks to have a little more into this one. And before that return amounts to much, they bring him down. The Seahawks and this running back headed back out for a new series. And I'd say the ROI on his early touches have made him a pretty good investment for first half work. He's gotten off to a great start here. They go play action on first. This is reeled in by Valdez-Scantling. And they had that one contained right at the line. That was Darius Williams on the tackle.
Man, the defense was all over that throw, able to stop it right at the line. They could smell that one coming, and they sniffed it out in a hurry.
2nd and 10, need to get some positive yardage here. Here's Darnold to throw. That's a catch, Jackson Smith-Njigba. And he'll go down, and we'll say right at the 39-yard line. All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. Darnold now to throw. Pass complete to Walker. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a first down.
This dude just simply got a nose for the marker no matter how they get him the ball, Kate. Hand it to him, and he sniffs out that first down. Get it to him on a screen, and it's no different. He surges ahead and keeps this drive moving.
They'll keep this drive moving and come to the line for 1st and 10. Here's Darnold. Smith-Njigba there to grab it. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. All set up now for 1st and 10. He'll throw it yet again. And that's incomplete. Wanted to dial up the aggressiveness there like that, but couldn't connect. 2nd down.
Defensive coaches in the NFL say it all the time. Limit the big play. Keep these guys in front of you. Well, this defense is going to have to stay vigilant because this receiver, he could take the lid off a defense at any time.
2nd and 10 now. Hits his running back. Decent gain here, but short of the first. Now, just before the break, a timeout taken by the offense, and they can try for some points going into the break. Only time left for one more snap, Brock, so they're going to run out their field goal unit. From 37 yards in the right hash. Myers' kick is good. And that makes this a 3-score game.
Okay, one of the areas that kickers and quarterbacks are similar, they want to get into rhythm. And no better way to feel good and get into that rhythm than start a game 2 for 2 as a kicker.
Well, Brock, barring the touchback, this kickoff should run out the half, so better make that return good as it's away. From a couple of yards deep, this is going to come out. So we're at halftime of a lopsided contest thus far. One team with a whole lot of adjustments to make during the break. Now we'll jump from the West Coast to the East Coast, down to our studios in Orlando. Jonathan Coachman standing by with our EA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, Kate, thanks very much, and welcome in everyone to our EA Sports Halftime Reports. This was an extremely one-sided first half. One team showed up, ready to go. The other's been in a daze thus far, but there's still plenty of time left for this one to tighten up significantly.
All right, thank you, Coach, and we are back and about set to begin the second half. Here's a return from the 7. He stopped on the return at the 27. Los Angeles getting its offense set to go to begin the third. And that first half, they just couldn't keep up the pace, but they're going to be the ones setting the pace here to begin this third quarter. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Drive begins with a run. It's Williams. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Good run, gets him 7. That brings up 2nd and 3.
Well, that doesn't net a first down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
2nd and 3 now. They stay on the ground with Williams. And he's going to manage a lone yard on that drive up the gut. Tackle made by Ernest Jones. Call it no gain, maybe one at best on that play. That leaves him with 3rd and 2.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
That's caught for the first. And they'll make the stop up at the 46-yard line. It's a pickup of 11. And the Rams are going to have a first down.
I know the Combine tries to test everything it possibly can physically, but I don't know how you test courage at the Combine because there's nobody defending you. Nobody wants to hit you. But that was the epitome of courage to make that in cut and make the catch.
Drop play. This is Williams. Who swarms in the middle. This gets maybe a yard. Tackle made by Ernest Jones. Manages just a yard on first down. Now it's going to be 2nd and 9.
Well, that's what I'm talking about. That's the kind of reaction time you want when you face a draw play. They broke on it shortly after the draw started, and they contained it to a minimal gain.
Shotgun snap to Stafford. Finds his back, Kyron Williams. And this goes across midfield and into Seahawks territory.
When there's heat, that blitz coming off the snap, that QB's eyes, you could see it right away. He got to his check down in a hurry. But, Kate, here's the key. Quarterback and running back have to be on the same page. The two were right there, and it netted some positive yards.
Looking to throw on 3rd and 1. He's got time here. And he's there to send that one away, incomplete.
That's a nice job there by the linebacker. He kind of looks like a cornerback on that, doesn't he? Perhaps those cover guys are going to have a little fun with him in practice this week because he looked like a DB right there, swatting the incompletion.
The Rams are set to punt. Ethan Evans, the one to kick it away. And he sends this away, definitely his best kick of the game thus far. Oh, he nearly coffin cornered that one, just a little too far, and it's out of the side of the end zone for a touchback. The Seahawks and Sam Darnold heading out for their next shot on offense. And as we see some of the highlights from their showing, his work a big part of why they're in front right now. Having a nice, solid game as their offensive leader. I think we can say he's had a firm grip on the wheel and has really driven them to this advantage. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Off the play fake, he's going to throw. Connection made to Smith and Jigba. And he's going to be out of bounds just before reaching the 30.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on first down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for 2nd down. And with 3rd and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
Walker now from the gun. And he's up to the 35-yard line as they reel him in. A 70-yard pickup, and it moves the chains.
You know, coach gets in that QB's headset, probably told his offense and his QB, listen, I don't want to see a 3rd down on this possession. Or something kind of like that. Whatever version he told him, it worked.
They're set up at the 35 now. Give him 13 on that play. And the Seahawks will have a first down.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
1st and 10, ball set up at the 48. Now Walker. And he's across midfield into Rams territory. Call it 7 yards, and now they'll have 2nd down and 3.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that 1st down marker.
Man in motion out of the slot. From the 45 on 2nd down. And he doesn't see a window he likes, so he just got rid of that one. And then brings up 3rd down. Quickly looking left, and it's complete. And they get this down to the 28. He finds him 16 yards and a new set of downs.
It sure seemed like he knew exactly where he was going with that right off the snap.
They'll come up 1st and 10. Now Darnold. Escapes the pocket. Doesn't get much beyond the line, a yard at most. Stop made by Braden Fisk.
Tick, 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 tick. You know, his internal clock right there told him it was time to escape, and good thing he listened to it. He was able to make something out of nothing and at least move them forward.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Cup on the catch. And they have this down to the 11 before being marked down. 16 yards on the play. And it sets up Seattle with 1st down.
You know, it sure seems like he knew exactly where he was going with that before the snap. That's a pre-snap decision that led to a post-snap 1st down.
Toss play, this is Walker. And he won't win the race to the outside. That run's bottled up at the line. No gain there that time, and it's 2nd and 10.
I don't mind that call on the early downs. Give that defense something to think about. You got the inside run between the tackles, and whether it's jet sweeps or a little swing pass, or in that case a toss, make sure you threaten to the outside.
Here's Walker running right. And he made a bid for it. It's a good gain that's stopped down at the 3. A solid 8-yard gain there, and now they're going to have 3rd and 2.
You make that call to just give yourself a fighting chance on 3rd down, Kate. Take at least a little bite out of the big meal between them and the 1st down marker, and that should make this upcoming call a little less daunting.
Looking to throw on 3rd and 2. Caught near the pylon. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Seattle! The Seahawks push their lead further to start the half. Jackson, Smith, and Jigba with a touchdown. Well, Brock, not much to say other than the fact that this offense on point. They're just clicking today.
Just rolling. I mean, this is clinic. This is what I call teaching tape. Being well prepared, and more importantly, going out there and executing at a high level.
Myers to add the PAT. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Seahawks make it a 24-point ball game. Here's Myers now to handle the kickoff. Return coming from the 6. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. Possession switching back to the LA offense as they head out. And they have tried on occasion to ramp up their passing game, but just nothing has worked with consistency yet, Brock. Might be why they trail near the end of this 3rd quarter.
You sure love teams who excel on the ground, right? You love a physical game of football who can hammer at the opponent. But in today's NFL, it's just impossible to win if you don't have a passing component that's balancing it out.
Give him a few yards on that run. It's 2nd and 7.
That's the kind of run play that feels like tug of war at field day. And you're just not moving the other side. Just a short run. Neither side feels particularly good about it, and we'll move to the next.
On second down, a run with Williams. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. They got 2 yards there. That leaves them with 3rd down and 5. Defense showing blitz. Stafford. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. And the Seahawks get it back as he intercepts him for the 2nd time this game. 3rd down from this distance, Brock. That is a spot you expect your offense to convert, but you also expect your defense to make the stop. This time, the defense won out with a nice interception.
Yeah, in that scenario, it's really like an outfielder in baseball, Kate, right? If you're going to go for it, as a defender, if you're going to just pull the trigger and you're going to go for it, you better make it happen, and you better get that pick. Otherwise, you're giving up a 1st down conversion. He gets the pick, and those defensive coaches and that defense celebrating on the sidelines.
Markers reset, ball at the 37. A give up the gut to Walker. And he'll only find 1 yard up the gut, 2nd down.
Okay, this is why you got to be careful to just run it always on 1st down. You got to break your tendencies. The casual fan, well, that casual fan knew what was coming, but more importantly, this defensive front did too.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Now he'll throw off the play fake. Nothing there left side as it ends up incomplete.
Well covered on that play. Really not a large window for him to sneak that throw in.
No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down. To throw, here's Darnold. Caught him deep behind the line. Oh, the ball is out! Oh, they got it back. They can try and salvage something. So we hit the end of the 3rd quarter. The Seahawks have the football, and they're in great shape with this sizable lead. Fourth down punt from the Seahawks, and that means we're going to see Michael Dixon head on to send it skyward. So this one carries all the way to the sideline and out. No chance to make a play on that, and they'll take over at the 16-yard line. Offense ready to begin this drive, 1st and 10. Now LA getting its offense all set to go. And all game, they have struggled to attack this deficit. Maybe they can do a little window dressing here. They'll just huck this one into row C, and some lucky fan is going to haul in a heck of a souvenir.
You really want those throws to be like clockwork for your offense. Every team needs to hit passes in that short to intermediate range to effectively move the ball.
So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call. Working from the gun, here's Stafford. Able to find Nakua here. And he'll get it up to the 27. They get an even 10 on that play. And it brings up an LA 1st down.
Sure seems like he knew exactly what he wanted, and he got it, going right where he wanted to with the ball off the snap.
All right, set now, 1st and 10. Stafford from the gun. Completed over the middle. And he's brought down after a short gain.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on 1st down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
2nd down now, 7 to go. Now Stafford again. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Well-timed strike by that defender to knock it free. And that means third down coming up. You go middle of the field against zone coverage, Brock. You know this firsthand. You are throwing into rush hour, and there aren't a lot of easy completions to be found in that part of the field.
Yeah, and a lot of those throws, Kate, you're signing your guy up to take some sort of hit. It's on you to protect your guys. Credit that defense for flying around and making the play.
And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of third downs just like that.
New slate of downs to approach here from the 40. On first down, here's Stafford. He'll get this one to Adams.
Well, that's a pretty similar result to a first down run play. Moves it forward, keeps you on schedule, and makes second and third down a whole lot easier to manage.
Second down now, 7 to go. From the 42. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Wanted to fit that one into Davante Adams. And that brings up third down. They haven't found it easy to score in this one, Brock, and physicality just like that, a big reason why.
And it usually is, Kate. I love defensive coordinators when they say, hey, it's not just what you see, it's what you hear. And you could hear the physicality of that knocking the ball loose.
It's complete to Higbee. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. It's a pickup of 26. And the Rams are going to have a first down.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
Throwing now on first down, Stafford. And a man is there to knock that away. Great defensive effort to reject that one. And now it's second down.
Well, I'll tell you what that deflection is all about is following the quarterback's eyes. DB knew where that throw was going. With that intuition, he's able to get a hand on it and send it right out of bounds.
Back to the air we go on second. Stafford. Complete. It's Atwell. And he takes this in. Touchdown, Los Angeles. The Rams making the scoreboard look a touch better. So sensational work by the skill man there, Brock. Anytime you can make your quarterback look that good, you know he appreciates it.
That's a quarterback's best friend, no question. But on the other side, gosh, defensively, you got to get that skill player down. Period. Yeah. End of story. You can't give up that much yards after catch.
So the Rams keep the offense out there. They're deciding to try for two. They'll try it on the ground. And he's in for two, so don't write him off just yet. I know the chances are slim, but still a small one in this two-possession game. The Rams kicking team is ready, and they're going to send this one away. Sims now on the return. He's got a lane up past the 30. The tackle's made, so this drive will begin at the 34-yard line. The visitors are being led back out there on offense by their quarterback. And on that last drive, Brock, he crossed a notable threshold in passing yards for the season. Always nice when you can reach one of those plateaus to look back on after the year's over. First play of the drive. Here's Walker. And he's into the front for a gain of about 2.
I think we got to be careful, and I'll raise my hand of thinking that play was just a nothing burger. Because what can happen from that, Kate, is he put some nice toppings on it. A play-action pass, a shot that comes down the road from what looked like a very plain play.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down. Darnold looking to throw. He fires one deep down the left side. He's got it inside the 25. All the way, touchdown Seattle. The Seahawks making a 3-score game in the fourth. Jackson Smith-Njigba with a touchdown. His second scoring catch of the game. I love plays like this, Brock. Sometimes you just gotta ask your dude, show me what you got, man. Show off those wheels, and he did just that.
Yeah, beauty in simplicity, right?
Yep.
Now, when you run that fly route, you gotta win right from the jump. And you gotta protect yourself from the sideline, too. Don't get pushed to the boundary. Give your quarterback room to throw it up, and you can find pay dirt.
Myers to add the PAT. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Seahawks stretch the lead to 23. Here's Myers now to handle the kickoff. He fields it from the 8. He stopped on the return at the 27. Out come the Rams on offense. And after watching their passing attack take them the length of the field last drive, Brock, I expect we're probably going to see a heavy dose of the aerial attack again here. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Stafford back to throw. He's got the hook up to Atwell. And he crosses the sideline a yard or two beyond, it looks like the 30.
There's no negatives ever on a grade sheet for a completion, but that's one of those situations. If you're going to take a risk and throw an out route, you'd sure like to see a little bit more yardage gained.
2nd and 6 coming up here. From the 31. This will be caught by Adams. And they'll make the stop up at the 46-yard line. The end result there, 15 yards and a first.
Well, that is pretty darn impeccable timing between the two. To hit a curl route of that length, it takes great anticipation and precision by the quarterback, and the receiver on the other end finishing it, doing his job.
Stafford now on 1st down. He's got the hook up to Adams. And they're going to haul him down just shy of the 40. A nice gain of 13 yards as it brings up a 1st down.
I love throwing on 1st down. And when you see a 1st down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you plan for, and you go out and execute.
Shotgun snap to Stafford. Juke the defender. Just a couple of yards here as he heads for the sideline. Second down now, 7 to go. They fake the handoff, now Stafford. His quick throw knocked away, incomplete.
How many times do defenders hear from their coaches, read and react, read and react? You got to read where the quarterback's eyes are going, and then more importantly, you got to react as he begins to throw and knock that ball away.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down. Back to throw, here's Stafford. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Ball and defender arrived at the exact same time there. So they're left with 4th down here. Working across the middle, Brock, it is tough for anybody to make plays through all that mess, even when you're the biggest and baddest pass catcher on the roster.
But as a tight end, you're going to be disappointed because that's what you're paid to do. It's one thing for those undersized receivers you talk about. It's another one for these big tight ends. You are paid to make that catch through contact, and you couldn't do it.
And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. What a time to rip off that type of gain, huh? Gets him the first on 4th down. Moving quickly, trying to get set again. From the red zone now. The throw is caught. And he's able to get it to the 2 before the stop.
These intermediate gains, that's the wheelhouse for these two to connect on. Start the series off well. And it sure keeps the defense on its toes in case they try to load up and just simply cover the receivers.
A dose of the hurry-up offense here. Stafford. And this time they're going to get there, and they drop it. Coming up.
Kate, I've seen a one-step drop. I've seen a 3, a 5, a 7. Some of the boots and play actions, you get more depth. But a 20-step drop? That's not going to cut it. Except for this defense, it just adds a whole bunch of negative yards to that play.
It's the 2-minute warning here in L.A. Rams trying to make it look a little nicer on that scoreboard. 3rd and long now for Stafford. And this is going to be an L.A. touchdown. The Rams putting up points in a game decided. How quickly things can change, partner. The pain from being taken down that prior play, yeah, I imagine that's gone and forgotten now, and it's been replaced by the adrenaline from finding the end zone there.
Yeah, that defense could have certainly used the pass rush from the previous play because that quarterback had plenty of time to scan the field and make a throw, and he gets an immediate measure of revenge for that sack.
And now the Rams set for another 2-point conversion attempt. They want to run it across. And he reaches the end zone on that 2-point try, Brock. This is going to cut it to a 2-score game now, down 15.
Every once in a while, we don't have to confuse this game. Simply beat the man in front of you. Carry the ball over the line. Rushing football at its finest.
With time ticking away, they prepare for a must-get onside kick. And it looks like the Seahawks are able to recover that kick. And they get there to take him down right around the 41. The visitors back out on offense. Their running back headed out once again. And get that big old marker out. Cross a major number off his roadmap after that last drive. He's reached one of the marks that every back strives to hit at some point during the season. Walker on 1st down. And he's able to manage a couple on that run. Now whistles and a timeout taken quickly by the defense. 1:50 left to go. Eight yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. Staying with Walker. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. Timeout taken by Los Angeles. It's 2nd. And they'll have just one left to burn now. Here they come. This is 3rd and 5. Running left. Here's Walker. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. Now the Rams are going to use their 3rd and final timeout, as they'll get together and discuss with 4th down coming up. Throwing from the gun here. He finds him beyond the marker. And they bring him down after the play reaches the 26. It's an 8-yard gain. What a great call on 4th down. It keeps this drive moving.
Oh, so close to getting off the field. But the 4th down conversion keeps that defense out there. That was their shot to end this possession, to sit on the bench, to get their breath. But now they're going to have to buckle down and force another 4th down.
With the win in hand, they'll take the knee, let this clock run out.
This is situational football at its best. There's still some time left to bleed off the clock, but the really important thing here is you've got to bleed every second of that clock that you can.
Lining up to take a knee on 2nd down. The Seahawks in a victory formation as they take a knee.
Nothing left to do now, Kate, but celebrate on one side and watch on hopelessly from the other. What a hard-fought effort to get to this spot, and now you can enjoy the victory.
So it's a win for the Seahawks. And partner, I know you took down plenty of division rivals in your NFL days. Heck, your conference opponents back in Washington in your college days always makes the win a little bit sweeter when it comes against a rival, doesn't it?
Yeah, there's just a little bit more emotion. There just is.
Yeah.
I mean, you try to keep every game level, and no opponent's bigger than the other, but familiarity does breed a little more contempt, and we could feel it today, and that's why that W is a little bit sweeter.
And with Brock Heward and our EA Sports crew, I'm Kate Scott saying so long from this one. The Seahawks winners as we say goodbye from Los Angeles.